Hi, I'm Brandon Johnson, and I'm about to take you for a ride in a beautiful 2007 Bennington 2250 RL Tritoon. Let's go!
What it really means to live life golden. We're golden, baby girl, we're golden. They're about to see it shine.
Can't beat the heat, so let's take a ride on a pontoon. Making waves on the roof or something like that. Okay, you back the boat in the water till you see the rear end float. Once you see the rear end float, you got it in there high enough. Alright guys, once you have your boat in the water, because remember the boat's got to be in the water to run. It uses water to cool the engine, so if you start it out of the water, it'll burn up the engine, and we don't want that. So if you've been running it all the time, you just turn the key and take off, which I'm about to show you. If it's been a while since you started it, or you got real low on gas, you want to come back here, lift this up, squeeze this here primer bulb. And you don't have to He-Man it, just till it gets tight in your hand, which like right now, it's really tight. It's because the gas lines are all good. The fuel tank in this is right here in the corner. It's got a battery right here underneath this seat. You go in from here. Everything's hardwired. So from there, three things the boat won't start. Click, click, click. Naturally is a dead battery. Turn the key over, nothing happens whatsoever. Could be in gear. Boat won't start in gear, so that when it starts you don't bang into something. If it turns over, won't fire, this kill switch right here. This guy's already added a zip tie to keep it pulled out, so don't need to worry about it. This is your key. There's extra keys right here. So you just put the key in, turn it, fires right up. The four-stroke's extremely quiet. Like you can't even hardly hear it run. The only thing I can hear right now is actually water that coming through the exhaust, which we'll show you, so that you know it's running. Yeah. Okay, so we got this new fancy steering wheel here put on for you. It is a tilt wheel. Now, shifting, real smooth. Just put it into gear. Sputter a little bit at idle. You can trim up just a little, help reduce some of that. You can give it a little gas. Neutral's in the middle. Reverse is right back here. There's a definitive catch for forward and reverse, okay? The throttle range is beyond that definitive catch, okay? I keep saying K a lot. Sorry about that. Now, let's go through our buttons and switches. Right here we have a horn. It's right here, so you can't help but hear that. The accessory, this one right here, is the new interior lights. This one is the docking lights and the interior lights. Okay, this is just the docking lights, and I'm going to add a video. I'm going to splice it in right here that shows that all the lights work. Navigation lights, that's the red and green, built in up front, the white light on top. Let's show your lights working. There we go. That's an LED. There we go. All the way to the right. The furthest away from the radio is the radio. I can't tell you how many people I've sold Benningtons to that say, hey Brandon, the radio worked just fine on the test drive and now it's not. And I'll say, hey, remember how the furthest accessory switch from the radio is the radio? There we go. So that turns that on. My station.
And how much money?
Sounds good. Okay. Let's turn that back down. Your tilt and trims right here on the switch, on the shifter. I've had a lot of people that are excited. They hammer down, and when they hammer down, their fingers on the trim up button. Naturally, the motor's going to come out of the water. Then we're going, rah, nowhere fast. Okay? Look at our gauges. When I drive this boat, I'm actually going to take the camera from Billy and show you the gauges working. Tachometer, we've only got 148.7 hours. What a bonus. Speedometer, voltage, fuel, tilt and trim. Okay? Right here. And this one, half is all the way down, so that just reads pressure. The only thing that doesn't work is the depth finder. The screen is shot. Can't read it. No surprises. Everything else works. So now, one important thing I really want to teach you, I'll include a link underneath the video that explains how tilt and trim actually works. But to make it simple, now pontoons tritoons aren't real responsive to trim. Meaning the difference between hammered down, full throttle, and trimmed up, you're not going to see the nose of the boat come way up in the air, but you will feel and hear a lot of relief by the motor. Because when you're trimmed down, you're actually pushing water this way, raising the rear end, driving the nose of the boat down. Okay? So when you trim up, you kick up water. The boat gets more parallel level, therefore from forward momentum, gets up on top plane. So it runs really smooth. So when you're trimmed down, that's when you have the best maneuverability. Thank you, Bill. Trimmed down. So when you go to dock it, make sure you trim it all the way down. So now I'm going to take this from Billy, and what I'm going to do is run it full speed, trim down, then trim up, so you can see on the speedometer the difference in speed. All right? Thanks. All right, so we're going from a dead stop, a crawl. I'm going to zoom up here. It's a beautiful day on the lake, by the way. Sun's shining. Water smooth. So I'm going to kind of try to hold myself here to show the gauges as I drive it. Takes right off. So 25 mile an hour right there, 27, and that's trimmed down. When you speed up, the steering gets tighter. That's just hydraulic steering. That's what it does. When you slow down, it gets a lot looser. So there's trimmed down. Let's trim up. 1, 2, and what I'm talking about is the clicks on my trim up. 3, 4. So we're getting on top of the water now. Nose of the boat came up. I'm going to grab my GPS app and show you what our top speed is. realized that my phone was blocking the throttle. I thought something was wrong. Alright. Good Lord. It'll really take off now. So 37 mile an hour is insane. Top end 37 mile an hour is a 154 stroke. That's really getting it done. Okay? So go ahead and turn it. I thought the throttle, my phone was blocking the throttle from going all the way down. I was like, man, this thing doesn't have any power. Sorry about that, guys. It does run good. You always trim down when you turn hard like I did. Alright, so now let's do it. Let's start over just to show you the pickup power. So what I was referring to is that my phone was stuck in here, so it's holding the shifter down. Holding the shifter from hitting our max speed. And I'm not going to edit this. I prefer a live experience. Alright, 0 to balls to the wall. Trim down. Trim down 34 miles an hour, 36. Trim out 1, 2, 3. Clicks of up on the trim. So our GPS, holy manoli, 38 with the 150. That's a sign of a good motor, strong running motor, and the performance package, 39. You have to kid me. Alright, buddy, it absolutely runs strong. There's no question about it at all. So let's go ahead and take a look at the interior condition. So as you are already well aware, the interior is stunning, but let's show it to you again. You know, you got storage underneath all the seats, storage in the headrests. Now when we bring this to you, you know, we can't put the cover on, it catches too much air. Okay? So the cover's going to be off and the bimini's going to be laid down. Now I went ahead and opened this bimini because I'm Irish. I look like an alcoholic with high blood pressure. So I don't tan real well, and I needed the shade. But I also needed to show you there's no holes in it. I don't usually do this on videos, but I'm dying right now, so I did it on yours. And it's got a boot that says Bennington. See, you never saw this. We went all through the framing. Where did I put the boot? Do you remember, Bill?
No, it's back to the shop.
Oh, it's back to the shop. Okay. Here's your ski toe point. Captain's chair. Now, I got this a little dirty up around the helm when I was replacing the wheel, stereo and lights, but this is what I was saying that doesn't work. It's the only thing. There she is. Well, we're going to go put this back on the trailer. Runs great. Hope you're happy with it. I know I'm impressed. Storage in there. We're going to go yank it out and we'll take a hard look around the outside. Okay, now we're going to put her back on the trailer. The only time people struggle putting these on the trailers, the reason why, is they get the trailer too deep in the damn water. The boat floats on top of the water, the trailer goes underneath it. So you want to have quite a bit of your board showing so that you know, so that you can drive right up on them. Helps to have a buddy to point you in different directions. Good?
Turn that way, but you're in.
Then you do a little bit of wiggling. Now, nothing herky-jerky, just slow, steady, applied pressure on the throttle. See how I'm not revving it up, I'm just slowly applying pressure. Just like that. Now, pontoons, the motor sits up high, so I mean, you just trim it up just a little bit and shut her off. There you go. Alright, now we got her yanked out of the water here. I know you've seen it in person, but I'm a creature of habit, so let's show her. cleaned up beautifully. Runs awesome. Now I feel like it's got kind of a performance propeller on it, which is why we were hitting such, I mean, really high top speed on a 150. The only downfall of the propeller is when you're just at idle forward, just dead idle forward, you know, it's a little more sputtering, like just feeling kind of like little shaky like that. But as soon as you apply a little throttle, that completely goes away. That leads me to believe it's got a performance propeller on it. Okay. Alright, well there she is. Runs like a champion. It's an awesome Bennington. My name's Brandon. Thank you for your business.
Models popping bottles.